Welcome back to Reid Stadium, where the Rockdale Bulldogs getting ready to kick off the second half, down 21-0 against Langston Hughes. For those of you coming over, we lost signal there for a moment, so we had to create a new telecast. So thank you for following us. And the kick is up, and a quick flag.
That's number 44, Contavious Peterson, on the kick there. But the Bulldogs were a little anxious and got offsides on that kick. They were going to do it again.
So that'll back them up 5 yards. They'll be kicking from their own 35-yard line.
You know, it's going to be interesting to see the adjustments, if they made any during halftime. Hopefully the Bulldogs did make some in order to correct some of the mistakes that they made in the first half. They left a lot of guys open in the middle of the field of Langston Hughes, and that's how they scored 2 of their 3 touchdowns there, were just passes right up the middle. And so hopefully they've adjusted a little bit defensively. Offensively, they've been throwing the ball deep. They've been trying to hit some big scores. They just haven't been able to connect yet. So here's the kick.
Good line drive kick, end over end, picked up. Brought out, it's at the 30, at the 40, the 45, couple guys get a hand on it. Runs out of bounds at the 46-yard line. So Langston Hughes will have the ball at their own 46-yard line.
And that was number 6, Carlos Merritt, on the return there for the Panthers of Hughes.
They're up 21-0 here with just underway in the third quarter.
You know, Tom, I know a lot of people are wondering about what happened at the CCW event last weekend, and we're going to talk a little bit about that in a couple minutes. I know you've been wondering. You've been bugging me about it, so we're going to talk about it.
I'm not wondering. I was there. There's a snap, gets bobbled, rolls out. New quarterback this half.
That's number 4, Keenan Humphrey, in there, quarterback for Hughes.
Humphrey looks a lot like Moxley did. Saw him in warm-ups today. Looks, I mean, it's hard to tell them apart if they didn't have a number. Same size and build.
Yeah, they have got a lot of the tall, slender build guys out there on the Langston Hughes team, and I think that's why they looked so big when we were watching them during warm-ups. They are tall, they are slender.
2nd and 15. Hughes up 21-0 over the Bulldogs. There's a run right up the middle. Looks like he battles forward for about 3.
It looks like that snap's coming in there kind of low there. We might have even had a change in center. I'm not sure. I know that the center was number 63, Quandarius Simon, in there, and I'm not sure if it's the same one now.
So it's 3rd and 12 for the Panthers.
And it does look like there was a change in centers also, so that could make a little difference there.
10:30 left here in the third quarter. There's a flag on the play.
And that was number 44 there, busting through the line, Contavious Preston. Yeah, he got a little over anxious there, and that's going to cost him 5 yards. So
that makes it 3rd and 7.
As Humphrey goes under center. I haven't seen a lot of this tonight from the Panthers under center. They've been in a shotgun a lot, but with 2 bad snaps, they decided to go under the center.
Looks out to his right. Pass is caught at the 40, knocked out of bounds. May have taken a step back to the 41-yard line.
And that was number 11, Badger, for the Panthers. I see a flag over there. 2 flags. Obviously, a little extracurricular activity going on over there.
Notice they were getting a little chippy right after the kickoff. We'll wait and see what the flag is. So while we have a moment, I want to thank our guys upstairs. We've got 2 new cameramen tonight. We got Mahmoud and Aaron upstairs doing a great job for us. First time out. It's the first night we've actually done a Rockdale game. We've been doing Heritage all season, and we picked up Rockdale this week. We're very excited about that. And excited to work with those guys and getting some good quality footage for them and broadcasting the games.
And, you know, the cameramen, like you said, they are RCA students, and they're doing a great job. Very little direction going on because the director is also a jack of all trades. So, but they're doing a good job for us up there and keeping everything and keeping the programming live and keeping it rolling. And, you know, like you said, they not only film it and film it live, they film it so the coaches can see it later on, so that it's always on the website, it's always on YouTube. And it's there for the history, you know, and so this is important for these kids. This is a big opportunity for them and gives them some practical hand-on experience.
So 1st and 10 after a personal foul against the Bulldogs. That puts the Panthers at the 25-yard line of the Bulldogs. Run up the middle, stopped. Maybe a gain of 1. So it's 2nd and 9, 21-0. The Bulldogs down to the Panthers.
And the Panthers are going back to that shotgun.
Low snap again. Picked up at the 35-yard line and knocked down at the 39 by the running back got the ball.
Number 6, Desmond Graham on that stop there. And, you know, like I said, they brought in a new center, it looked like to me, and they're having a little difficulty there. And I played center in high school, and I know it is a difficult position, especially when you expect this shotgun all the time. It is a difficult snap. And we've got to remember, these are high school kids, and even the pros make mistakes every now and then.
3rd and 24 with 9 minutes left in the 3rd, 21-0. The Panthers of Hughes up over the Rockdale County Bulldogs. Back under center go the Panthers. Humphrey takes a snap, drops back. Runs to his left, gets hit after he throws the ball. He's got a man deep. And that is a wonderful catch for a touchdown. That's number 3.
Number 3,
That's
Eberhardt.
Eberhardt once again with the catch. So that makes it 27-0.
I'll tell you, Eberhardt has caught 3 touchdown passes tonight. And like I said, he's also the holder on the PATs. I guess that's a good thing to have the best hands on the team. Obviously, he has the best hands on the team. He's been catching the ball.
So we're getting ready for the PAT, 27-0 with 8:36 left in the 3rd. Eberhardt with his 3rd touchdown of the night. Now gets his special teams in order. Knee on the ground, takes a kick, takes a snap. Whitehead kicks it low, line drive, and it is good. So 28-0 here in the 3rd quarter. The Bulldogs trailing the Panthers from Langston Hughes. So while we have a minute, let's talk about wrestling.
You know, I know a lot of people were wondering, the event went off without a hitch last Saturday night. It was a wonderful fundraiser for Conyers Middle School and their athletic department. And, you know, the machine did not win the battle royal, but the machine won the battle. And as your little boy wants to call me the washing machine, which, you know, is kind of humorous. I understand, you know, sometimes 3 or 4 year olds, you know, get a little confused and all. But you need to tell him that he got to be careful about there. I might smack him with a chair just like I did my opponent that night.
Yeah.
I'm not two-man enough to hit a 3-year-old.
It was a great sportsmanship lesson when he came to me and asked, "Was it fair that you used a chair?" And I told him, "No, that's why you lost."
Well,
that saved some time and money at the White House, especially on those medical bills.
As Jesse Ventura once said, it's all fair in love and war, and it's not cheating unless you get caught. And unfortunately, I did get caught on that occasion, but it was fun.
It was a very good time. It was a great crowd, very, very vocal crowd, and it was a ton of fun. I can't look forward to doing it again sometime soon.
And hopefully we'll have another one coming up at the end of October. We're discussing right now the dates with the middle school.
Excellent. Well, Whitehead getting ready to kick off for the Panthers and does. Call it the Bulldog 10. Gets around the edge, is on the sideline, got a couple of blockers. Gets brought down at the 40-yard line.
It gets turned upside down there. Number 9 on the return there, Tajay Steele. And like I said, Tajay was the starting quarterback against Heritage. And right now he's been playing some. He's been in the backfield. He's been running the ball. He's been returning kicks, returning punts. The kid's a freshman. He's got a future with this team. They just got to keep working with him, throwing him in there against Heritage. We talked about that. It was a lot of responsibility there. We got a timeout. Looks like we might have a timeout on the field.
Waiting to see what the official call is.
Whitehead's going over there to talk to the Langston Hughes sideline. And for those of you who don't know, the Whitehead's the lead official, the head umpire. He's talking to both sidelines here.
So 8:27 left, 28-0. Langston Hughes. Panthers are leading the Rockdale County Bulldogs. Had a great homecoming ceremony during halftime. Looks like we might have everything squared away. White Hat raises his arm, blows his whistle, and we are underway. So it's 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from their 37-yard line. Hardeman drops back, looking deep, has a man. Ball is caught. That's a gain of 4.
Nice reception there. So the Bulldogs pick up about 5 yards on that reception.
So 2nd and 5.
He's thrown a couple times, number 23 there, McLaughlin, he's caught a couple of them, and he's dropped a couple of them, but they keep going. I like this. They're still putting the ball up in the air. They're showing confidence in the receiving core and the quarterback.
One thing about this game that we didn't see against Heritage is the Bulldogs have yet to give up. They're still fighting. They're still pushing. They're still trying to make this a ball game.
And down 28-0, it's always tough. But as long as they continue to show a little heart, show that effort, I think we're going to be okay. They just can't give up on themselves, and that's going to be a long season. Unfortunately, it doesn't look real promising right now with an 0-3 start and being down 28-0 in the middle of the third quarter. But they've just got to keep on trying. It's a young team. It's a young coaching staff. And we just got to keep holding on to hope.
So Hardeman under center once again. 2 wide outs to his left, 2 in the backfield. Takes a snap, drops back, rolls to his left, and throws it, and it is picked off at the 40-yard line. At the 45, he's brought down at the 47-yard line.
Number 15, Joshua Fuller, picked it off, and we have another flag on the play. We're getting a lot of extracurricular activity going on right now. We got a lot of, I think the tempers of the Bulldogs are a little short. The frustration level's coming out.
So we'll see what the official says.
Oh.
Penalty against Hughes.
Interesting.
So 6:47 left here in the third period, 28-0. Hughes up over Rockdale County. Hughes just picked up an interception and a personal foul, so that'll back him up. Looks like they'll start this drive from their own 30-yard line. Back under center goes Humphrey. Takes a snap.
He was hitting the backfield, number 14 there. Kenyon Houston, but he made it back to the line of scrimmage.
So I'll make it 2nd and 10 for the Panthers.
The Panthers have done a lot of substituting right now. They've got a lot of their younger players in. Maybe not younger, it might be the wrong word, but they've got some of the more inexperienced players in. They've got some of the 17 players in right now, giving them the opportunity to play and get some playing time on that field.
So Humphrey under center once again. 2 wideouts to his left, 1 to his right, and pair in the backfield. Penalty. Look like offsides on Rockdale.
And that was number 44 again. He is definitely anxious to get back there and hit somebody. I don't see how you can jump off sides playing right over the center, but he's managed to do it a couple times. And they're going to take him out and kind of calm him down a little bit there.
So once again, Panthers, Humphrey under center. After a couple of bad snaps out of shotgun, under center. Takes a snap, drops back. Looking over the middle. Has a man. And he's knocked down at the 46-yard line. So that'll be a first down for the Langston Hughes.
And number 6, Carlos Merritt for the Panthers on the reception.
The 46-yard line, where the Panthers will take this next step. Preston coming back in it again.
Yeah, I think they calmed him down a little bit, talked to him, got in his head a little bit, told him he needed to settle down.
Humphreys under center. Takes a snap, drops back. Has a man to his right. And that's good for about 12 yards, so it'll be another first down for Langston Hughes on a passing play.
I tell you, Humphrey's looking pretty good back there throwing that ball around. He's hit 2 or 3 different wide receivers with the ball, and he's looking pretty strong back there. He's a good little quarterback.
So from the 43-yard line, the Panthers will take the ball.
Rockdale defense is lining up tight there in the middle. They're bringing it up right up the center there on the guard and tackle area, and they're really trying to put the pressure on the quarterback, but he's getting that ball loose anyways.
Under center, takes a snap, drops back, hands it off, goes to the right, gets stopped right behind the line of scrimmage, so that'll be about a 3-yard loss. Got tangled up right there as soon as he got the ball.
I think they were trying to go for a little draw play there, and with the over pursuing of the defensive line, hopefully they would run by the running back there, but he didn't do it. They stopped him back there in the backfield.
28-0, the Hughes Panthers up over the Bulldogs. 4:40 left here in the third. Hughes got 2 wide outs to the right now, comes to the left, 2 in the backfield. Drops back. Flush out of the pocket, rolls to his left, has a man open at the 35, and it is knocked loose. Tipped it out of bounds. That's your boy Bingo Morton.
B-I-N-G-O.
So that'll make it 3rd and 13.
I wonder if that's his real name. Or is it just a nickname?
I'll go over there and ask.
I might have to a little bit later.
So 28-0, 4:22 left here in the third. The Panthers of Langston Hughes up over the Rockdale County Bulldogs.
I guess if it's his real name, he's lucky his parents didn't like Kismet or something like that. Some other kind of game. They might got some other Yahtzee.
Humphreys drops back, rolls out to his left, looking for a man. That ball is not caught. Ricochets off the ground.
Ball was intended for a Bingo, but he couldn't get a scoop underneath of it.
So 4th and 13 for the Panthers. Whitehead comes on to punt. The way he's been kicking the PATs, he might be trying to kick a field goal. He is getting ready to punt. 28-0, Hughes up over Rockdale County at this point. 4:15 left in the third.
And number 10, Ronzel T, goes back for the receive the punt.
Kick is away. High kick. Takes a Rockdale County bounce at the 26-yard line. There's a flag on the play coming from the near side.
That's probably the shortest kick he's had all night long.
It is. It was very high, end over end. Like he just kind of scooped it a little bit. So we'll wait and see what the penalty is.
Face mask against Langston Hughes is the preliminary call. You know, I had said earlier during the night, during the broadcast, that Langston Hughes was a disciplined team, hadn't had a lot of penalties, and ever since I said that, they've been riddled with them.
So face mask.
And they're asking if they want him to repunt it or if they want to take the ball. So the face mask is declined. They're going to take it where it is, 1st and 10.
So it's 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line.
Obviously, the face mask happened before the ball was touched the ground. I guess it was still in there, so it would still be an offensive possession for the Panthers.
So Hardiman breaks the huddle once again. Got 3 in the backfield with him. Handoff goes right up the middle. There's another flag on the play. So we'll wait and see what the penalty's for. 4:03 left here in the 3rd period. 28-0. Langston Hughes up over the Bulldogs of Rockdale County.
And they're waving off the flag. You know, that's one thing I do not ever want to be, is an official in football. I called a little softball one time as an umpire, and I didn't like that time period.
I don't think anyone would appreciate a chair shot from an official.
You know, that would be my problem. I'd have to carry a chair out there and hit somebody with it.
There's the snap. The run goes right up the middle. Maybe a yard on the play.
Handed it off to the second back that time. You know, they're going 3 deep on that backfield. Long, deep power I.
Officials having some conversation with Coach Elder.
I think he's telling them just to get his players, make sure their players are up on the line. A lot of times the offensive line has a tendency to scoot back some to get a little bit better protection, a little bit better momentum off the ball. And I think they're lining up almost in the backfield. It's typical of an offensive line. And so he's just saying, hey, guys, you need to move your offensive line up some. They're all in the backfield.
3rd and 9. Check that, 3rd and 8. Got another yard on the play. So Hardiman under center. Not sure where the ball is, and looks like Hardiman was dropped in the backfield for a loss. So that'll be 4th down for the Bulldogs.
I was going to say the ball there was under number 58, Connor Johnson of the Panthers, along with Mr. Hardiman.
Yeah. So it'll be 4th and 12 for the Bulldogs. They'll punt from about their 12-yard line. Bingo Morton back to receive for the Panthers. The snap. The kick is up. Fair catch signaled for at the 44-yard line. So the Panthers will take over at the Rockdale 44, up 28-0 with 1:49 left here in the 3rd quarter at Reid Stadium.
You know, just a little update, too, on Conyers Middle School. We're now 3-0. I was told by my head coach that I could not guarantee another victory. we squeaked by Liberty 2-0 at our last ball game. It was a defensive battle.
Wow. Humphrey under center. Another hard count. Pulls a Bulldog offside.
It was number 44 again. You're right. He's an excited guy. I guess, you know, I'd like to see him fire off and hit somebody, though, instead of just run across there. Maybe I need to go give him a chair and it can help him out a little bit. I don't know. I mean, I don't think that's legal in football. At least it wasn't when I played.
So 1st and 5 for the Panthers. Humphrey under center once again. Drops it back, looks to his right, has a man. It's good for a first down out to the 30, brought down at the 26-yard line.
And that was Carlos Merritt for the Panthers on the reception. But coming up, we're playing Memorial Middle School, and we're going to be playing over at Salem High School this coming Wednesday evening, I should say, at 5 o'clock. You know, I like to get my plugs in where I can. So
I totally, you are who you are.
And so, if y'all want to come see some good middle school football, come on out and watch. It is a crosstown rival.
Watch the Stars of Tomorrow today.
That's very good. I like that.
Humphrey under center once again, 1st and 10. Hands it off, met right at the line of scrimmage, met right at the ball. That'll bring them down for a 2-yard loss. It's 2nd and 12.
And, a lot of the kids that go through Conyers Middle School, they end up playing up here at Rockdale High School. And then, like I said, I know that the past teams at Conyers Middle School have been very good. Their records have been excellent. They're going to come up here, and they're going to gel together once they get used to this coaching staff, get used to the speed of high school football.
Humphrey under center once again. Looking to his left, has a man. And the ball is dropped at the 25-yard line.
And that was number 85, Arnold Bryan. It just went in and out of his hands. Every time you move up a level in football from Pee-wee to middle school to high school to college, you always hear about it. The game's not any different. The game's played the same. It's played with a football. It's played with 11 guys on the field. It's played with shoulder pads and helmets. But the speed picks up. The players are quicker. The players are faster. At the high school level, you've got kids that are 18 years old playing against 14, 15-year-olds sometimes. So the maturity level of the body is a lot different too.
Humphrey under center. Drops back. Rolls, flushed out, rolls to his right, has a man. At the 30, at the 25-yard line, gets around to the 20, the 15, brought down at the 13-yard line. So that'll be another 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Yeah, you talk about the speed changing. It's amazing to watch. It's amazing to watch how fast these guys mature. We were here 2 weeks ago, and it seems like they're a little sharper, they're a little crisper. And as these guys continue, they're going to get better. And that's, and the thing that I'm most excited about is that they don't have to drive to Valdosta to get better.
Yeah, I hear that. Hey, it would be interesting to see an update on that Newton-Valdosta score if we could get it. I know it's kind of hard to do sometimes when the internet services at the school systems a lot of times are a little slower than normal. And so it is kind of difficult. But, it does seem like the maturity level of these kids, coaching them from a middle school level and then watching them grow, it makes me, one, feel old, but it also makes me very proud to know that I can lay the seeds for some of these kids and plant the seeds and watch them grow. I've got kids that come back to me that have played college ball that, are now starting at the high school level, and to remember them when they were just a little kid on the middle school team and see how they grow up. I mean, the maturity level of them, watch their bodies grow and get bigger and stronger and faster. It is just amazing. And sometimes you got kids that didn't play for you or didn't start at middle school, and they just blossom when they get to high school. It's just unbelievable at times.
Sorry, I was looking on the internet.
Yeah, I know. I
was doing what I was told.
I know you can't. It's hard for you to multitask. I understand.
Back to action after a Rockdale timeout. Humphrey out of the shotgun. Hands the ball off, runs right up the middle.
And that was number 28, Keyshawn Clark on the carry. Now we got another flag.
Penalty is against Langston Hughes.
Against the well-disciplined Langston Hughes team. You're up 28-0. You would think that you wouldn't really want to get in these little extracurricular little scuffles and skirmishes. And, as a coach, I would definitely have a word or two with some of my players about this after the game and maybe even during the game. But I would wonder, what is going on in their heads. And as well as I do with high school kids, sometimes you can't figure what's going on in their heads. So you just got to live with it and go. But we need to, I'm glad that the officials have got it under control. They haven't let the game get wild or crazy or anything. They're throwing the flags at the right time, it looks like, and they're really trying to keep things calm and cool and collective. And that's into the third quarter.
All right, so that's how the third quarter ends, on a penalty by the Langston Hughes Panthers. We'll be back in just a moment here on the GHSA.TV network. Welcome back to Reid Stadium, where the Langston Hughes Panthers are driving. On the 26-yard line, Humphreys rolls out to his right, dumps it down to the 10-yard line.
Ball down by number 6 there, Desmond Graham for the Bulldogs.
That was Bryant with the reception. That'll be a first down. I'll check that. They're coming out of that 1st and 25. So that'll be 3rd and we'll say 4. $28-0 as we head into the fourth quarter.
I think right now the Bulldogs' biggest thing they need to do is put some points up on the board, regardless of how they get them, where they get them, when they get them. But they need to get some points up there. It'll just build a little confidence level.
Oh,
there we go.
There it is.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Fall on the ball.
And a fumbled snap. Recovered by a Langston Hughes Panther. So that'll be 4th down for the Panthers. Humphreys took a pretty nasty hit there. Seemed to get up okay.
And, as a coach, you're glad to see that play, but you're also a little disappointed that your boy didn't fall on the ball and at least recover the fumble. He saw his name in lights at that time. And you heard me pick it up, run with it. So obviously I saw his name in lights too.
So it looks like Whitehead's going to square up for a field goal.
And you got number 3, Eberhardt, holding the ball again for him.
Snap. The kick is up. And it is no good.
At the distance, just was a little off to the right-hand side of the field post. Wide, I guess you could say.
So the score remains 28-0 here at Reid Stadium with 10:16 left in the game.
And the Bulldogs going to take over 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line. Like I said, right now, this is the opportunity. This is where the Dogs put some points up on the board. Let's see. They haven't scored. They didn't score last game. They got beat 42-0. Tough defeat there. Let's not go to another shutout. He's started a new quarterback, 3rd quarterback in 4 games. Let's figure out what we can do here. We've got to get some points up. We've got to get the offense a little bit of confidence going into next week's game.
So 1st and 10 from their 20-yard line. The Bulldogs have the ball. Hardeman puts a wide out in motion. Takes the snap out of shotgun. Looking deep. Throwing deep. Has a man. And the ball is fumbled and dropped.
Ball was intended for number 24, Aubrey Brown.
There's a flag on the play. Back in the land of holding. And the penalty goes against Langston Hughes. I didn't see what it was on the initial call. Roughing the passer.
That's that well-disciplined team that we got going on right now.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. Bulldogs have the ball, driving. Hardiman setting up his offense. $28-0. 10:09 left in the game. Another flag on the play.
Now, if I'm reading this correct, next week the Bulldogs are playing Morrow High School.
They're playing Morrow here at home.
Playing Morrow at home. And this is where the Dogs, because it gets into the region play now. This team, Morrow, all in their region, that they need to start gelling now. They still got a chance for the playoffs, even at 0-3, 0-4 after tonight, probably.
So Hardiman drops back. And another pass up the middle. Falls short. So that'll make it 2nd and 10.
Again, that pass was intended for Aubrey Brown, and I'm impressed with the way they keep letting him throw the ball. They keep putting the trust in him. He's got to start making some completions on this, though.
10:02 left here in the 4th. 28-0. Hughes up. So Hardiman out of the shotgun. Hardiman takes a snap. Runs up the middle. He's got a blocker. He gets to the 40. Gets out to the 35. Another great block right there.
Nice block there by number 24, Brown.
Hardiman runs out of bounds at the 40-yard or 47-yard line. That'll be a 1st down.
And that's really the first time we've seen Hardiman do a lot of scrambling like that, going north to south, getting up the field. Maybe we should do that a little more often.
So 9:50 left here in the 4th. 28-0. The Panthers up over the Bulldogs. Hardiman once again out of the shotgun. Puts Brown in motion. Drops a snap, picks it up. Flag on the play. Hardiman breaks free again. Gets out to the 47. Just past the original line of scrimmage. Let's see what the flag is.
Brought down by Herndon, number 42 of the Panthers, Larry Herndon. Penalty was against the Bulldogs.
So that'll back the Bulldogs up. $15-yard penalty. So it is now 1st and 25.
Tell you what, that Langston Hughes band, they showed up and they have cranked it up, and they are pretty loud over here for this side.
I was just thinking the same. I think, where were they the entire last quarter?
Yeah, because they have really cranked it up this 4th quarter.
So 28-0. Hughes up over the Bulldogs. Once again, Hardiman puts Brown in motion. Takes a snap. Stands in the pocket, looking deep. Got a man.
That's an ugly pass right there, I hate to say it.
And the potential interception is ruled as out of bounds, so no pass, no completion. That'll make it 2nd and 25.
That ball must have slipped out of his hand because it was wobbling up there like a dead duck. It was pretty ugly.
9:19 left here at Reid Stadium. Bulldogs trailing 28-0. Hardiman breaks the huddle. In the shotgun once again, pair of wide outs on either side. Takes a snap. Throws, the ball gets knocked down for his work. That'll make it 3rd and 25.
Ball was intended for Terrell McLaughlin there, number 23 of the Rockdale Dogs.
So Morrow comes to town next week.
So tomorrow comes to town next week.
Morrow comes to town next week. Tomorrow comes to town next week.
It should be another good, interesting game. Morrow is one of those smaller schools in the region, even though it is a 6A region. You know, I've got a couple friends that went to high school there. Matter of fact, the original PYT is from Morrow. Went to school at Morrow High School. I know you find that hard to believe, but he did.
Hardiman out of the shotgun, puts Brown in motion once again. Takes a snap. Drops back, looking deep. Throws into 3 defenders. And the ball's dropped. So there were 3 Panthers in the area. So 4th and 25. That's what the Bulldogs are looking at.
I wonder if they thought that they would get a punt in better field position than that interception.
Maybe.
I mean, 3 guys right there, and none of them caught it.
So it's 4th and 25. Bulldogs back to punt. Play.
We got a flag on the play. And they did gain about 5 yards on that, but we'll see what the flag is.
Flags against Rockdale. It is declined.
So on the punt, they picked up about 6-7 yards closer than they would have on the interception.
So 8:58 left here at Reid Stadium, 28-0. The Panthers up over the Bulldogs of Rockdale. Panthers now with the ball directly on the 50-yard line. Getting ready to start this drive. There's a snap. Run goes up the middle. Good for about 3 yards.
That was number 28, Keyshawn Clark on the carry. And Keyshawn, he's a big freshman right there. So Langston Hughes has put in some of the younger players.
28-0 with 8:41 left.
You know, I know you're going to find this hard to believe, but I'm going to get off the subject a little bit here. But the field looks very nice. You know, to be his 4th game of the season, I really like the R in the middle of the field, the paint job, especially if you look at it on the screen. It looks really nice. And our grounds crew does a great job of keeping the fields up and looking good.
Got a timeout on the field. Looks like Rockdale's taking the timeout. So we'll be back in just a moment here on the GHSA.TV network. Welcome back to Reid Stadium. As we start to wrap up the final 8 minutes of the game, the Panthers of Langston Hughes are up over the Rockdale County Bulldogs 28-0, and they're driving at the Bulldog 47-yard line. 2nd and 7. Out of shotgun. Takes a snap, low snap. Rolls out to his left, and he's brought down in the backfield.
By number 1, Devontae Walters for the Bulldogs. Nice little play there.
So Walters drops him at the 45-yard line. That's a loss of 7.
And he gets up limping a little bit there.
So it's 3rd and 15 for the Panthers.
You know, a lot of these Bulldogs end up going both ways. And when you're a 6A school and your players are going both ways, that tells you a couple things. It tells you, one, that You got to get some more athletes out there, and the athletes that the Rockdale has out there are good, but they've got to walk those halls. The new coaching staff, they've got to go out there, and when I say this, don't take it wrong, they got to recruit from within their school.
Absolutely.
They've got to go out there and find players in their building and get them to come back out and play.
Absolutely.
You know, after a 1-9 season last year, a lot of the guys got disenchanted, and they might have left the team.
So drops back, throws deep, and the ball is
right on the sidelines. Let's see if they're going to call it a catch.
They say no good. He's out of bounds.
And, you know, I like that. Both officials got together. They talked about it a little bit there, and we've got a Rockdale player down.
So we'll be back in just a moment here on the GHSA.TV network. Welcome back to Reid Stadium. Having a little fun during the break there. 7:15 left, 28-0. The Panthers up over the Bulldogs. Panthers with the ball. It is 4th and 15.
And the Bulldogs, they look a little disenchanted right now on the sidelines. They're trying to get their act back together. They had that injured player. They're not sure exactly what personnel needs to be in there. Probably at this time of the game, the coaching staff is letting some of the younger, less experienced guys come in. They've got the punt return team coming out. They're still missing people. Again, when you've got as many, they've had 2 or 3 guys go down and could not get back in the game. And so when that happened, you get a little confused, a little lost.
Looks like they got everybody squared away. 7:15 left here in the 4th. We are underway. Panthers snap. Kick is up, and it's a beauty. Back to the lands at the 15-yard line, takes a Panther bounce, and it will be touched up at the 6-yard line of the Bulldogs. So that's where the Bulldogs will take over this next possession.
And it looks like the injured player that came off the field, number 55, Breon Atkins, it looks like a cramp. They're working him on the sidelines. One of the interesting things, that's another freshman. And Breon actually played for us last year, played football at Conyers, and I'm also the Conyers wrestling coach, and he wrestled for us at heavyweight and did a very good job at the heavyweight. Didn't particularly care for wrestling a whole lot. I find that hard to believe, but we couldn't use chair shots on the mat. But he came through for us. He was our heavyweight and did a good job, and he's a good young freshman that's going to be a good football player for this team again.
Again, Rockdale plagued comes to mind, but that's not the word I want to use with younger kids. It seems like a handicap at this point, but in years to come will definitely, if they can keep them focused and keep them in line, will definitely be a gift.
Yeah, and the big thing is just keeping the belief.
So Rockdale getting set from their 6-yard line. Got their big set. Snap. Ball goes to the right.
And he's met by a pack of Panthers there. Do Panthers travel in packs, or is it herds, or is it tribes, or?
I don't know.
What do they call it? On the Lion King, they talk about it. Come on, you got a little kid. What's the Lion King? It's called a what?
It's a pride of lions.
There you go. So I think it would be a pride of Panthers, maybe.
I would look it up, but then I would be distracted. You'd be by yourself once again.
Yeah. Sometimes being by myself is not a bad thing.
Hey, this is the first time I haven't actually got up and walked away for 2 or 3 plays.
Well, that's very true. That's very true.
6:18 left in the game, 28-0. Bulldogs trailing. They've got the ball at their 7-yard line. Run play. Looked like a fumble on the play.
Yeah, they threw the little white bag down there. That means the quarterback dropped the ball there, and he just took it up the middle and tried to get what he could.
So that drops him back 2 yards, making it 3rd and 10. So the Bulldogs getting the play in from the sidelines. Making sure they got the right personnel. Again, mass substitutions. $28-0. The Panthers of Langston Hughes up over the Bulldogs currently.
We had a nice homecoming ceremony during halftime there. The band played. The Queen was up.
Kick there. Takes a Rockdale bounce out to about the 48-yard line. So Langston Hughes will take over 1st and 10 at the Bulldog 48-yard line. .501 left here. So next week, same place, different team. Morrow comes to town, another Region 2 6A opponent. And 2 weeks from now, we travel down to Lovejoy.
You travel down to Lovejoy.
I will travel down to Lovejoy.
The machine doesn't go on the road.
Humphrey under center, takes the snap, hands it off, and gets a hold out to the left and gets out to about the 37-yard line. That'll be a 1st down.
And that was number 35, Devon Williams, on the carry for the Panthers. That's the first time he carried the ball tonight. You know, we got to come up with a 1st down for the Bulldogs.
I am working with the Rockdale Touchdown Club and shoring up our sponsorship opportunities. And
all right.
Hopefully by next week we will have all that squared away.
You know, I'm looking down here at all these banners that they've got of the people that do sponsor their team, and I like the Old School Card Club.
There's a run up the middle once again by the Panthers. Gets out for about 9.
I think the Panthers have worn down the Bulldogs a little bit. They look a little tired out there right now. He's still got his first team out there on the field working them hard. He has put a couple of subs in there in certain areas, but a lot of the big boys are still out there.
Once again, Humphrey under center. Another run off to the left. This time gets stopped up by a pack of Bulldogs.
And Bulldogs do travel in a pack. That much I know.
So that'll make it 3rd and about 3. Go back to our sponsors. I'm going to work with Mr. Anderson and the Touchdown Club this week, and I'll have you a memo.
Oh, that's very nice of you. I guess that means I need to start checking my email a little bit more often.
I know better. I just deliver them to you by hand.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, because it says white on it, I'd push that delete button. So
I bring them to you stapled and put them in your hand. 3:29 left, 28-0. The Bulldogs trailing to the Panthers. 3rd and 3. Humphrey under center. 2 wideouts to his right. And there'll be a flag on the play.
And the good thing about that, they hit somebody when they jumped off sides that time.
Yeah, they did.
And guess what? It was the Panthers that jumped off sides.
That'll be 1st down for the Panthers. So 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line. Humphrey under center. Takes a snap, hands it off, run to the right. Met once again by a pack of Bulldogs.
It looks like number 6 there, Desmond Graham, was leading that pack. And, not good. Panthers down.
So we'll be back in just a moment here on the GHSA.TV network. All right, we are back. We get ready to close out the last 2 minutes and 33 seconds of the fourth quarter here at Rockdale. Rockdale trailing 28-0. A little timeout for an injured Panther. Panthers get their offense set. Got 2 wide outs to the left, 1 to the right. Handoff goes to the left. Got some room. Gains about 7.
Number 35, Devin Williams, there on another carry. He's looking pretty good. They put him in there. He is a 10th grader at Langston Hughes. And he's looking pretty strong there for him right now. So, you know, Langston Hughes could have a little future there too. And again, I really, you know, need to reiterate that Rockdale is a young team. They're a growing team. They're going to gel. They're going to get it together before the end of this season. They might not end the season with the greatest record in the world, but I think they're going to do better than they did last year. They're not going to be an over team. They just got to find that right rhythm.
And that pass dropped by number 6 of the Panthers.
And that was Carlos Merritt. Looked like it was just a little too hard to handle.
So I'll make it 4th and 7 for the Hughes Panthers.
And let's see what the Panthers are going to do. Are they going to go for it on 4th and 7? Or no, 4th and 4, excuse me. Yeah, it looks like they are.
Up 28-0 with 1:29 left. The Panthers 2 wide outs to the right, 1 to the left. Take the snap, run once again right up the middle. Looks like it'll be short of the first down.
So with just a minute and 21 seconds left in the game, the Bulldogs will take over. They've got that opportunity to score still.
So it'll be Bulldog first down at their 14-yard line. So Hardiman brings the call out. Sets up the huddle. $1:21 left here in the fourth. There's a snap. Hardiman drops back. Throws to his left. Got a man. Couple of blocks. Gets out to the 20. And brought down at the 24-yard line.
And they're keeping that clock running. They're going to so it's second down and very short, less than a yard. And Rockdale's called a timeout.
So we'll be back in just a moment here on the GHSA.TV network. Welcome back to Reid Stadium for the final minute of the game between the Rockdale Bulldogs and the Langston Panthers. Hardiman drops back. Pass is batted around, and it is incomplete.
And again, that's one of those simple, basic plays that our defensive line need to do. Get those hands up on a pass, knock it down, back to basics. It's the same thing that the coaches at Rockdale have been talking about, what they're going to do, what they've been trying to do. Get the basics, get the fundamentals down, get the what they need for their team to be successful.
28-0 with 53 seconds left here in the game. Bulldogs driving. They're at their 24-yard line.
Right up the middle, and he gets smacked pretty hard there. They've tried that run up the middle play quite a bit tonight, and they have not really been successful with it yet. They have kept the defense honest so they can throw the ball some, but they really haven't had that big break that they need from that play.
Took a lick, and it may have been enough to get them a first down, and it was. So the Bulldogs move the chains. They're now at their 26-yard line, first down with 43 seconds left, down 28-0. Hardeman out of the shotgun, pair of wide out to the side, right? Trips to his right. Looking deep. He's got a man.
Got a man open.
And there's a flag on the play. Flag on the play.
And that's going to be one of those areas of pass interference more than likely. And, that's another one of those plays. So in high school football, that's a good call. That's a good play on the defensive back. Sometimes you risk that. It's only going to be a 15-yard penalty instead of a 40-yard gain, 20-yard and 30-yard gain.
So 27 seconds. The Bulldogs will move forward 15 yards, and we'll have another first down. Again, we'll be back next week right here on the GHSA.TV network for Morrow versus Rockdale. Morrow comes to town in another 6A game. Hardeman out of the shotgun. Puts a wide out in motion. Snap, drops back, got plenty of time in the pocket. Looks to throw it, may have fallen short, and it does. So that'll be 2nd and 10.
And he's still slinging that ball. Like he's got a good arm on him. He's got to settle in. Again, let's see what he can do. Let's see if he's a starting quarterback next week.
That's true. One thing of note, this week, the Vincent Elder Show. It starts right here on the GHSA.TV network. I'll be talking with Coach Elder about this game and then next week's game and just news from around the region. So that'll air Thursday. Hardeman drops back, looking to throw. Overthrows his man. That'll make it 3rd down.
Well, one thing I got to say about Coach Elder is you better be sure that you're on time. He's got a stopwatch around his neck at all times, and he is going to time you, and he's going to make sure that every question is on point, that you're on time, and that the interview's finished on time because he's a busy man. He's trying to formulate a team here. He's trying to get it together. And every time I've seen the man, he's had that stopwatch on, and he's checking it, and he's making sure that everybody is on time.
I will do my best to respect his time. So that'll be Thursday evening. That'll air. I'm not sure what went wrong on that one. There wasn't a flag until now. Now they're motioning false start.
I think it was a little trick play. I think the center was snapping it to the man in motion, and it just got messed up somehow. If not, they should put it in there.
That'll make it 3rd and 15 with 10 seconds left. So the coaches' show will be Thursday, and then we'll be back here Friday night as Morrow comes to town. Once again, back in wide out in motion. Comes trips to the left. Hardeman looking left, looking deep. Overthrows his man, and the ball is knocked down. And that is 3 seconds left here. It'll be 4th and 15 for the Bulldogs. Down 28-0 with 3 seconds left. So the Bulldogs will fall to 0-4.
And that'll be 0-2 in the region, if I'm not mistaken there.
Correct.
So they do need to start winning a couple games. They got to put some points on the board, though. This is the 2nd game in a row they've had a shutout. In less than 3 seconds, they score.
So Hardeman puts his wide out in motion, trips to his right, looking deep. And he rolls gets flushed out of the pocket, gets to the 30, the 35. He's out to the 40. Gets brought down by a pack of Panthers. So that's how it ends, 28-0 here at Reid Stadium. The Panthers of Langston Hughes up over the Bulldogs. And again, we'll be back next Friday night. Thursday night, you can catch the Vincent Elder Show here on GHSA.TV. Any parting words you'd like to say there, Fred the Machine Avery?
No, I just enjoyed it tonight. It's always a pleasure to work with you. It's always your pleasure that you can work with me. And so, just everybody join us next Friday night right here at Reid Stadium for the Morrow game.
For the guys upstairs, Mahmoud and Aaron, we thank you, and we'll see you next week here on the GHSA.TV network. Yes. Yes, it was.